see who joins us tonight. Did you happen to see the beginning of the notes, Zach?
82 game pace.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw ITNC.
I saw the Discord. Yeah.
Discord. We're gonna give him shit. That's all. It's just to give him shit, honestly.
Let me hop on Twitch, the creator dashboard. It went back to fucking talk shows and podcasts. Hell.
Did it?
Yeah. Try again.
Yeah.
There we go. Back into chatting.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Wait, was that a replay or did Pacioretty just score? Am I gonna be really mad?
Why did you sit him?
No, it's highlights. Nah.
Oh.
I'm not even. I didn't pay attention at all this week, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I haven't paid attention in months.
I noticed, Zach.
Jesus.
I lose interest in fantasy real fast, dude, because I live in the real world.
Listen,
No,
that
you lose
league
interest 'cause you
is
don't play
my
for money.
baby.
It's gonna be May.
All right.
Back come the Lightning, and here we go. Chipped ahead. Hedman steps in. Victor Hedman scores! Victor Hedman with a lightning strike in overtime. Bolts win it.
Welcome back, Plugs and Thugs, episode 94.
Yeah. You're.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Zach?
I'm casting spells, dog.
Casting spells. Casting spells and shit.
I'm mesmerizing. I'm mesmerizing bitches right now, dude.
Yeah.
Look at these baby blue eyes. What's up, girl?
We're here to be mesmerized.
That's what Lori fell in love with, dude. I told her, look at, dude. I remember getting sidetracked already, dude. But I remember our first date. This is before I wore glasses, right? This is our first date or whatever. And I fucking told her, I was like, oh, I don't know if you know this, but I have blue eyes.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
You just stare directly at her. Just
all
like,
right, before we get into anything like crazy serious, dude, like,
Yeah.
I know right now you got a bit of the single bug right now, Scott, so you don't necessarily have to answer. But Daniel, your significant other, what was your first date?
My first date was probably the cafeteria at fucking college.
With Ashley, really?
Yeah, we met in college.
So you took her to the cafeteria?
No, I mean like
hey, that's pretty sick.
Did you buy her a
official date?
spicy chicken and a ranch?
Fuck. What are you talking about? We got free meals.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
A
swingers club.
No, the first like actual date was I think we went to the beach. Actually like beach and to lunch.
Beach and chill.
Yeah, just chill.
Oh, that's romantic.
Oh yeah. I probably did something that wasn't romantic, so it probably wasn't. I probably ruined something at some point.
I took Lori to Not Scary Farm.
I probably ripped ass like the first one. I was like, yeah, just get used to it.
Attaboy. But I was ultra smooth and Not Scary Farm, dude. Like there was like a crowd of people in front of us, and I'm a very fast walker, and so is Lori, because I mean we're both like 85 feet tall. But like I want to like get through these people, so I did the slyest, smoothest thing ever, dude. Grabbed her hand like to be like, oh, like come through here with me, whatever, blah blah blah, and it worked, dog.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I like it.
Oh yeah.
Suave as fuck.
And then I told her, look at my eyes, they're blue. New tag for romance. Shut the fuck up,
that's
T
me.
Dizzle.
Yeah, T Dizzle out of here. Tanksters.
How many nicknames have you given yourself? I've had him since like
He gets
fourth
them all.
grade, dude.
Yeah, no, he gets them all from my aunt. That's all.
I've had him since fourth grade. Okay, that's what he told us. But T Dizzle,
aka
Dude,
Tanksters, aka
Gums, aka
Gums, X,
Tan-
Shitter X.
aka Tan Dizzle, aka Tan Ghost,
The
aka the Tan Mamba. Dude, we were in
Tan
a
mom.
Tan mom.
dude. We were in a party with him the other night when he first unveiled T Dizzle, and we were all laughing at him. Homeboy paid to change his fucking gamer tag back.
What's that, like $10?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it. Wasn't Millsy ripping his ass?
Yeah, me, Millsy, and whoever else was in there with us, dude. We were just fucking joking on it, dude. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna charge it back. Hold on, I'm gonna restart my Xbox. I'll be right back."
Hey, but welcome.
I love
Welcome
you.
to the show.
I love you, Tanner.
He'll stick around for fucking 10 minutes and then ask me when am I getting on? And it's like, dude, you're here in the show. No, I'm doing a podcast. Like,
This was
Just watch
actually taped in front of a live recorded audience like 5 hours ago.
Yeah, we got the laugh track ready. Hold up.
well, yeah, welcome into everybody that is here and who will watch later.
Yeah.
We obviously last week we covered nothing but trade deadline. So, I mean, we don't really have a shit ton of like bullet points to go through. We try to keep it high level like we usually do, make it a conversation. But, you know, we have some craziness that's kind of happened over the last couple of weeks when it comes to games played, when it comes to some of the teams that were playing like shit and then all of a sudden decided they knew how to hockey again. But yeah, before we get into that, as always, you know, our plugs. Follow us right here on all the social medias at the bottom right there. That's where you can find us. And then we also have, you know, submit your questions like Scott is saying for those of you that do listen. Do it. We like questions.
Oh, yeah. That's Daniel. That's Scott. And I'm Zach.
Yeah. Hey, guys. How's it going? Only
Hey.
forgive us today.
Oh, we got to start all over again. Hey, Daniel, do you remember where the first date? I'm playing.
This was recorded in front of a live audience 5 hours ago. All right, we're caught back up. But yeah, so give us follows there. You could catch, you know, for those of you that tune in from the league, you can catch Zach and I on the media show on Wednesday. We will be back this week. And then as Dungeons and Dummies
On Sundays?
Sunday. I did miss yesterday, so I will have to go back. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Bro, it is
which
so
I always
much,
do. I don't
it's
miss it.
so
I
much
go back and
fucking
watch it.
fun, dog. It is so much fun because I get to like the idiot that I want to be like in everyday life. I get to be like with my character, Dungeons and Dummies, right? Like I get to be an absolute idiot, and I love it, dude. But dude, like my character, I'm an absolute idiot, but then I just have sheer moments of like brilliance. Where I'm like the smartest person in the fucking room, and it's like I'm speaking in tongues. A little spoiler alert for everybody.
It's fun. I mean, it's fun. I've said it before. I'm closer to your level of play than Alex's, and so I wouldn't say I've by any means like caught into Dungeons and Dragons. I've only played a handful of times. But it's very entertaining, whether you like that stuff or not.
Yep.
Just because, you know,
We're idiots.
It's a fun time. They make jokes, they interact with chat, makes it fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, give it a peek if you have not yet. And you can even go look at Joe, who is an absolute smoke show.
He is a smoke show. Also want to say, you know, obviously we're missing Dave tonight. He had his second dose on Saturday. Also do want to address the elephant in the room. Alex has taken a bit of a hiatus away from the podcast for a little bit. He's working on his other projects and stuff like that. So more power to him. We love him for doing it. And,
Exactly.
yep.
Shout out to him.
So us three today. Us three rolling along.
Oh yeah, dude. We're the smoke shows of the show though, dude.
Hey,
I mean, look
Something
at
like that.
the lettuce Scott has, dude. Scott,
it's getting bad.
why don't you slick it back, dude?
I can't. If I sleep, my hair has a mind of its own, and it's so fucking thick that it just kind of just sits there, and it has to just sit there. And then, like every time I wash it, if I wash it like really thoroughly, it just gets so poofy.
Why don't you train it?
Like it is today.
Yeah, you have to
It's
train it.
hard
I had
to-
to do the same thing.
It's
You're
wild.
kinda-
It just goes
That's
everywhere.
That's why I started wearing like the hats and the beanies. You know, when it
Oh, you slick your hair back and then put the hat on?
yeah,
Yeah.
because my hair I always used to wear it forward, you know, and just let it hang there, and I had it, and then it would get in my face. And then when I grew it out like I did, during the whole pandemic, and never got a haircut for like a whole year. I had to start training it backwards, and now I think I kind of got it going back out of my face. But I love wearing hats. But
get your hair like soaked.
Really, what it's for too.
Comb it back, and then just put like a beanie on over it or something like that. The beanie will hold it in place.
Yep.
Or blow dry it, because you're really starting to creep me out because you're starting to look like Richard Ramirez. You're starting to look like the motherfucking Night Stalker, bro. I'm getting kind of scared.
I'm kind of.
That is on Netflix, by the way.
I'm a little too built to be him.
Dude,
That never makes me look built.
That documentary was hard, bro.
That's what I heard.
I haven't seen it.
Watch it. My dad told me about it yesterday.
It is so good / so creepy.
Yeah, my dad was my dad and some of his, because my dad was in law enforcement for like 25 years in Riverside County. So he was all like, if he wasn't involved, he knew about it intimately because a lot of the guys he worked with were involved in that. So
I thought you were about to say he knew about it intimately because he was the Night Stalker. I was about to go, damn, Doug, what a plot twist.
Plot twist. Not Ramirez.
It's a Shyamalan twist. Anybody get that reference?
M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah.
I feel it.
From Family Guy?
Oh,
it's
Family
a Shyamalan
Guy.
twist.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What a twist.
A twist.
What a twist. I love M. Night Shyamalan. But yeah. So let's talk about hockey now, dude.
Let's do that. Let's do
I
hockey.
guess
It is
so.
a hockey podcast.
If you want, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. I guess
Hey,
we can.
Daniel,
Yeah.
do you by chance have the numbers if it was at an 82 game pace?
Yeah, I think I do. I just wanted to make sure we cover this for our boy Adam, very dedicated listener to the podcast.
But it's at an 82 game pace, though, right?
Yeah, we're past the 82 game pace here on In the Neutral Zone because we're at 94. We're working on our second 82 games. But we want to make sure we cover the 82 game pace on some very important stats for some of the league leaders.
Because the 82 game pace is very important.
It really is.
He was here. I don't know if he's here right now. I see
82 game pace. 82 game pace.
Yeah.
He'll have to check later. Damn it. But yeah, anyways, it is pretty crazy though to look at this because McDavid on an 82 game pace is currently on pace for 135 points.
Which makes sense for him, honestly. Like, it's amazing, but like
North Division.
No, I mean, like, if we actually were playing at an 82 game pace, I could definitely see McDavid getting 130.
Well, yeah, it's not.
No.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not, dude.
Come on,
bro. But look at how many good like defenses there are out there outside of the North Division, dude.
I meant like 82 game pace in the North Division. Like if you still had the same opponents,
he's playing,
but it was 82 games.
Yeah, we're talking about stats from this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if we were in a regular fucking season, I don't see McDavid putting up 135 points. Absolutely.
No, he doesn't have enough help.
115 though. 115.
He'll play fucking Vegas once to get his fucking collarbone broke again.
Oh Jesus! Definitely possible. Definitely possible.
I'm gonna knock on wood for the guy so he doesn't get his collarbone broken again. That was really fucked up of me to say. I'm sorry,
dude. I got so scared. I thought that was like behind me. Like that sounded so accurate to like in the room knocking on knocking on a door.
Dude, it's my fucking.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. That's because I don't want you assholes hearing me.
Our balls are the same.
Get it.
We got black balls.
Our balls are twins. Then another stat, our goal leader is Austin Matthews, again another North Division player. In 82 games, he's currently on pace for 66 goals.
Now that's a no shot. That's an actual no shot in hell. He actually gets that many goals
in the North Division.
I don't think so.
No,
even in North Division. Because sorry, Austin Matthews has had slumps here and there during the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll just have one small slump and then he'll just go on an absolute fucking tear.
Yeah,
but I don't think he does it in a regular season.
I don't think so either.
Mm-hmm. And then McDavid, obviously, since he's not leading in goals, he leads in points. He is leading in assists. On his current pace this season, if it were 82 games.
Mm-hmm.
82 game pace.
82 game pace, 95 assists.
Wow, that's wild.
Almost 100 assists.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Uh-huh.
Bro, it's just It's
just 82 game pace.
It just spotlights the lack of defense and goaltending in the North Division.
It does. I mean, yeah. I mean, it does.
Jack
I mean,
Campbell,
yes,
though.
these guys are great players. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we talk about McDavid, being the best
Generational. Yeah, he's
generational talent. Austin Matthews, we know how good he can be, especially in on the Maple Leafs. But yeah, I mean, these numbers are just absolutely absurd for what they've been able to normally do against other teams with real defense, with real goaltending, with travel. That's another thing that factors in too. You're going to be traveling around in a normal season, coast to coast, Canada, United States, everywhere.
I honestly think there needs to be some sort of asterisk or something like on this season, just because.
Nah, I don't think
No, I just can't. I think people can think about it. It's like the same thing. To me, this goes to the same argument that we talked about when we discussed the Stanley Cup from last season.
True.
We all said how much tougher it was because of the pandemic, all of the weirdness around it. It was probably the most difficult to win with the expanded playoffs, with everybody being in a bubble. It was just a very odd situation. And we talked about how competitive it was, and it was probably harder to win. So there's no reason there should be an asterisk there. Yes, people are going to think it was a pandemic season, but there's still, the whole, you don't want a negative stigma about it, because I do think, I think Tampa Bay was the best team. I think Tampa Bay probably won one of the hardest sports trophies in the world. Anytime we talk about how competitive it is to win the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah.
And then you throw in a pandemic and everything they went through. It's just like even other sports. It's like people want to call the Dodgers a Mickey Mouse ring. And it's like all the teams had the same fair chance to do it, and had to deal with a pandemic and no fans and all this craziness about it. And it's like, I don't think it's fair to put an asterisk. Yes, you need to think the division, especially when it comes down to like MVPs and stuff like that. You can put a little bit more weight in it when you're talking about that, but I don't think it takes away from, the actual
Achievements.
Yeah, because again, you still have other very, very prominent players in that North Division, and these guys are just far and above, doing what those other players are doing. So even if you want to compare it to the other North Division players, it's like, yeah, their talent's there, but it's like you still have like a Tavares and Draisaitl's in the top three, so yeah, he's doing it too. But it's like there's
Mark Scheifele's having a fucking quiet year, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's other teams that they're still separating themselves and doing something that's just beyond crazy to have that kind of 82 game pace.
82 game pace, dude.
So sad that he was not here for that, because he made for those of you that don't know and aren't in the Discord for the podcast, Adam was getting all mad earlier about the amount of times he heard about the 82 game pace today, and he made a comment in the podcast. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, we got to definitely make this funny.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we did 82 game pace little segment.
82
Can I
game
just
pace.
say,
Yes.
you guys know how pretty decent I am with alcohol, considering that I usually just drink straight bourbon all the time.
Yeah.
After one beer, I'm kind of feeling it.
What'd you get?
Campfire stout.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
I got the campfire stout. Yeah.
You got a 4-pack of it or what?
4-pack, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
I should go pour another one right now. I'm all empty.
Nice.
Scott's gonna have a decent night's sleep tonight. Yeah, go for it, little guy.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it would have been funny. It would have been even better if he was here in the comments, but he'll watch it
I
later
agree.
and probably give us shit tomorrow.
Oh, I agree. 82 game pace. Moving on, the Vancouver situation.
You know about this, right? From last week?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they had a pretty nasty COVID outbreak, and then JT Miller was on, Sportsnet, and essentially said, fuck this, why, our team's ravaged by this shit, why do we gotta, come right back, or they're like, you guys ready, or I can't remember what he said, they said, are you guys ready? We're about as ready as we're going to be.
Yeah, it's so, I mean, obviously most of us know, but we didn't talk about it last week because we had trade deadline shit, and we had a ton of it. But they went through, the whole complete COVID outbreak. They got the new strain, one of the newer strains that came out, and they got like the whole team and organization completely got obliterated by it. There was like, I don't know, it ended up being like 26 people in the organization, maybe close to even closer.
And they had it?
Yeah.
Holy
And
shit.
they all had it. A lot of them were, they were finally recovering. They were getting closer to the, where they were allowed to come back to play. But it's like, to JT Miller, like there were a lot of people that went and supported JT Miller online because it's like he came out and said what the NHL wanted to do is they weren't allowed to come back to their facility, I think, for practice until like Wednesday or Thursday of last week. And they were supposed to play. They were scheduled to play a game on Friday. They were going to have one practice after like 20 days or 15 to 20 days or something like that off and ravaged by it. It's not like they were just on vacation. A lot of them were, sick or, not, needing fluids, all these other things. And they were supposed to basically have a team that, had been playing. It's like, dude, how do you expect us to be conditioned and back? Like, I understand you can't have a full week to do it. It's like one practice, like the day before the game. And then you want us to go out and play against another team. And he was like, dude, why can't we just, especially I think they had scheduled days off after that. So it's like, why can't you just move the game to a different day, give us another practice? So luckily, a lot of people heard that, and with all the health conditions, they actually brought in some of the doctors and things like that. They were like, dude, it's probably not a great idea to have him come out and play on Friday after one practice and this happened. And you're trying to
make sure that their lungs are going to hold up and shit like that.
Yeah, because they were saying a lot of people were still having shortness of breath and things like that. They were trying to build their stamina back up, and it's like you can't sit there and say you're for the health of the players and then throw them back out on the ice when they can get injured really quickly. True. So they ended up working it out. They came back yesterday. So they did reschedule the game for Sunday. They played against Toronto. And sure enough, they got the extra couple of days, and they got an OT win against Toronto last night.
They were down 2-0 going into the third. Pulled out a gutsy win, man.
Yeah, Bo Horvat. Oh, and did you see the save by?
Yes.
My God, Scott saw it right before the podcast. Holy shit! That picture too. That goes back. That reminds me of the save that Jonathan Quick did, the Scorpion save.
Yeah.
Because people were like, "Oh, that was pure luck." And then if you watch the replay, Quick is looking back at the puck and kicks it. Holtby, if you watch it and you see the still picture. After he saves it, you see his eyes follow the puck, and then he kicks it out. So he saw it the whole way. So it was a calculated save, and he did it on purpose. It wasn't just it was a desperation, but he knew what he was doing.
Dude, time has to go so slow for those guys. To be able, dude, that instant right there, to us was milliseconds, but to him it was fucking 30 seconds, dude.
Yeah, I know. It was just insane. So he made a huge save that allowed them to come. I don't remember if it was already tied and he saved the game, or if it was allowed them. They went back down and scored to tie it. Either way, it was a huge moment in the game. It was a hell of a fucking save. They come out, they pull out the win. And I did see a tweet that was somebody who was like, "This is why the Toronto Maple Leafs are around for moments like this."
So true though. What was it, Ottawa earlier this season when they were up 4-1 or whatever?
Yeah, and lost. Yeah, exactly. They said that the Maple Leafs are around for things like this. Like you have a team coming back from an extended period off, playing their first game, they're up 2-0, and then they end up losing it in overtime.
Well,
that's just it's nuts. But more power to Vancouver. I mean, just forcing overtime was a win for them. I mean, even a lot of people are saying normally in the regular season, especially where they're at, you don't have very many, wins that aren't in the win column. But whether they won or not last night, it was going to be a big, it was a big win for them regardless. And
boost them around, see if they turn it around.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this guy's here.
Yo.
Little guy's under the weather.
Under the weather?
I get my second shot on Thursday, man.
I get my
Kinda-
first on Friday.
I don't
took
get mine
a-
until next month.
I preemptively took Friday off. Well, my boss told me to take Friday off. He's like, just go and take it off.
Yeah,
You get sick,
I
you
was.
get sick.
I told. Well, I know I told you earlier too. I was texting Tanner and Joe also. I told him I was like, the growth of the second dick begins on Friday.
Yeah, dude. I already looked at
Oh,
my
yeah.
arm and I had my 5G cell tower already starting to grow, dude.
Hell yeah.
My 5G, my 5G Microsoft tower.
Hey, now you're not gonna worry. You're not gonna have to worry about ping anymore.
Yeah, dude. Just fucking
True.
connect my Xbox to me, bro. It's not that
Fuck
serious.
West Coast ping. Yeah.
It's not that serious. It's not
No.
that serious.
That
Yeah.
being said, after my first vaccine, my arm hurt.
Oh, you got the first shot?
Yeah, I got
What'd you
the Moderna.
Yeah, Moderna boys. Let's go. Dave got Moderna too.
Hell
I'm getting Pfizer.
Pfizer goes to old people. You got old people bones, Daniel. That's how they give it to you.
Oh, okay.
This foo. This foo.
Just like an email server.
Dude, guess what my Wi-Fi name is, dude.
What?
All right, I gotta show you.
Okay,
Oh no.
please do. I need to see this.
Hey, you can see?
Yeah,
It's loading up.
I see it.
Clinton email server.
And then that's my 2.4
Yeah,
gigahertz. man.
FBI fan. I like it. I saw there was a TikTok the other day that I saw. It was like the funniest Wi-Fi names. I have to find it, send it to you guys. They were pretty good. I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't have to think of half of these.
Pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. People get clever with them, dude. People get
Yeah,
clever.
exactly. A good one. I saw another one that was like yell penis for password.
That's a good one. That's actually that's a good one, dude. Because if somebody like yells it, I'm gonna yell out the password.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, all right.
Look at the kings of the castle. Keys
King
of
of
the
the
castle.
Wi-Fi.
Hey, food, you got any of that Wi-4 or that Wi-5? Bro, that was our lives when we worked at Best Buy, dude. Like I'm not trying to like hate on like our brown brothers and sisters, dude. But like some of them, dude, like when they'd come up, they'd be like, "Dana is Wi-Fi," or they'd come up and they go, "Tango Wi-5 or Wi-4," and you're just like, "What? What did you just say to me, dude?" I remember one time, like I remember one time, like a customer came up to Dave, was speaking to him in Spanish, and said that, and Dave's eyes just like grew exponentially, dude. He was just like, "What?
Puro party Best Buy.
Puro party, dude. Puro pinchy Best Buy. Let's go, dude. That's where we got our chops in, dude.
Yeah. Geek Squad, right?
The Jeek Squad.
The Geek Squad.
Hey, shout out to Geek Squad. Pretty good deal. I'm not gonna lie. I spend $200 a year and I can do whatever I want. It's all right. I'll take it.
They don't really fix anything though, bruh. I was one of those guys that fixed the computers.
You're
You
on the,
just troubleshoot everything?
on the interwebs. Don't spoil their secrets.
Oh yeah, no, the totally reputable. They try their
Hey.
hardest. It's great.
Best Buy, looking at you, looking for a sponsorship. Shout out to Geek Squad.
Former employee here. My
Loved
badge-
every minute of it.
My
Call the
badge,
manufacturer.
my badge was 25747. Let's go.
Hey,
Uh,
that's probably someone
Nah,
else's badge now.
Geek Squad, no, because the badges go in sequential order. Like
Ah.
once I quit, my badge number's retired.
oh, nice.
There you go.
Look at that. You
Get
got
the
your number
retired jersey.
retired.
Oh yeah,
put it
no,
up there.
I mean, no, I had a great time, man. I had a great time. I learned a lot and stuff like that. But like, Best Buy doesn't give a shit about Geek Squad. That was the thing. It's like Best Buy doesn't care about Geek Squad at all. They don't see them as moneymakers. Like, so they treat that department as such. So I mean, that was my only gripe with it. I worked with dope people. Fucking had a great time. Fucking Dave and I, dude. Like when it was dead, like he and I would like work on skits or just fucking bullshit and stuff like that. So I mean, it was awesome. It was an awesome
That's-
job. But
But
Something I learned recently. I didn't
You're wasting
realize
$200 is what he's just trying to tell you.
Geek Squad doesn't work on Apple products. I didn't know
nah, well, Apple doesn't let anybody work on Apple
Yeah,
products
yeah.
unless
that. They're licensed to do like you have to get an
Um,
Apple license or Apple certified license.
Yep, 100%.
Very
Yeah, well, Geek Squad does work on Apple products, but you have to get an Apple certification,
Mm.
which is bullshit because like Apple certification just means you can reformat their computers because that's all you can do with them. Their shit
They keep it secret. They like to keep all of their hardware shit secret. So
Yeah, that's why nobody
Their
uses
shit.
Oh, most Geek Squads are Apple certified now.
Dave was Apple certified.
Oh, nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Look at him.
He knew
Too
how
bad
to.
it apply to, business because
He
nobody
knew how to-
uses
Yep,
Apple.
exactly. He knew how to turn the button on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fucking old father time Patrick Marleau hit the fucking most games played record tonight, dude.
Tonight.
Interesting little tidbit here for you guys.
Hmm.
Patrick Marleau has more career games played than these NHL franchises: the Nashville Predators, the Atlanta Thrashers / Winnipeg Jets, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Minnesota Wild, and the Vegas Golden Knights. He has more games played than those fucking franchises, dude.
Vegas, of course, makes sense.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course.
His game is going to overtime, by the way.
Oh, hopefully he pots a goal. That would be
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
what I'm hoping for. Hopefully they put him on the line. I don't know if they're going to put him on the 3-on-3 OT line.
Question.
Mm.
First
Yes.
ballot Hall of Famer
Yes.
because
Yeah.
of the games played record.
I mean, games
Yeah.
played and points. Like he's a very skilled player.
Yeah,
I mean,
he has
not
like
as much
1,100.
anymore, but like
I think so. He had like over 500 goals and like 1,100 points or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I saw somebody because people like to just shit on people all the time, and I saw another Kings fan, basically, come out and say like, dude, I don't know why everybody's shitting on this guy.
He's a monster. I
scored
love
this many
Patrick Marleau.
goals. He's got over 1,100 points, and he's done something now that nobody has ever done. Nobody's saying he is Gordie Howe, but
No.
at the same time, it doesn't matter. He has an impressive resume, and he is now a record holder in the NHL.
Kings fans can hate on me all they want. I would love Patrick Marleau to get a cup. Same thing with Joe Thornton.
oh yeah.
I think
Same
they
thing with Joe
deserve cups.
Thornton.
Yep.
Same with Joe Pavelski. In my
Love for
opinion.
him to get. Yep, I'd love for him to get a cup too.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about with this, Dave.
Oh yeah, no. After the game, both teams and fans saluted Marleau.
Oh, when he tied.
Oh, wait, no.
Gordie Howe?
Yeah, when he tied it, and after the game, the whole Minnesota Wild team shook his hand. That's
Gotta
what
look
he's
this
talking
up.
about. There's a video of the Wild all lining up and shaking Patrick Marleau's hand after the game.
I'll watch this video and mute myself for a second.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the thing is it's like even the Kings last week, it was going to be their last game against Marleau before he reached the feet. And Kopitar and Kopitar, Quick, Brown. I mean, a lot of the prominent Kings players went over and shook Marleau's hand. I think it was after the game. If not, it was before. But they went over basically to show respect for everything that he's done. Obviously, being in the same division too, they get to compete against him so often. So, it's a little bit.
Well, not usually, but yeah.
Like
Like Central versus Pacific.
No,
Usually they're in the Central, the Wild. The Wilds.
talking about Marleau and the Kings.
Oh, and the Kings. My bad.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought you were
I
still
was
talking
like-
about the Wild. Whoops.
Yeah, no. I moved on. I was saying the Kings did the same thing last week because it was the
Oh,
last
yeah,
time
yeah.
they were going to play him before he hit the record.
Mhm.
And they came over and did the same thing. And then obviously them being in the same division, they play
Yeah,
against
yeah,
each other all the time. So the compete level's higher, so the respect is even more. When you have that kind of, I don't want to say, well, I mean, a rivalry, they do with the team. But Marleau's been there for so long. They said, I think he made his debut in October of 1997. I was
Damn.
not even 7 yet. I was 6 years old. I was turning 7 that December. Shit's fucking nuts.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that. But yeah, no, I agree. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's like the same thing. We talked about this before with the NHL, the NHL, the NFL, and I think even the NBA. They usually do the Hall of Fame right. They don't try to keep people out of it. If you were a prominent player that did anything of significance and you were a trailblazer or you were, one of the top players of of just your era or for a certain period of time, they don't try to bar you out. Like the MLB, it almost seems like up until, I think they're moving away from that because a lot of the older people are coming out, all the older sports writers.
Mhm.
But the NHL is one of the sports that do it right, and they try to get not more people into the Hall of Fame, but they don't discredit certain things. And
They
just say,
recognize great players.
Yeah, they recognize great
Exactly.
players, and they recognize great things that you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at something like hitting that many games, even if he wasn't as prominent of a player as he actually is, I mean, I still feel like when you set a record like that in the NHL, they would probably accept you into the Hall of Fame. You
If
would
it
be
was
voted up.
if it was Eric Fair hitting this
Yeah.
games played mark, he would still get into the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Exactly, because
He
they're
has the
recognizing
most games played.
it's a huge accomplishment.
And
Which,
shout
by
out-
the way,
yeah,
guys-
exactly. Shout out to the Wild. Yeah.
Pop
Yeah.
quiz. How old was Gordie Howe when he retired with the most games played?
52.
Daniel, your guess?
48.
It was 52. He retired at
Boom,
52.
baby.
Yeah, I can't. 52 years old playing hockey.
He was playing on the Hartford Whalers with his son when he retired.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
I
and
only remember
Marlowe is
it
what?
being like
You
50
said Marlowe's
something.
how old now?
42.
42. So
Yeah, wow.
Dude, and the way the game is going,
So that's even more impressive in my mind because now you're talking about a guy that doesn't get injured very often.
they
I know
didn't
there
have
were more
82 game
games
seasons
played.
back then, right there.
No, they had there were less games. That's right. That's true.
yeah.
Um,
But with the way
yeah, I
the game
forgot
is
about
the way the game is going, with the less hits, the better technology, better like healing like processes and medicine and stuff, dude, I could see Patrick Marleau going for at least another 3 or 4 years, dude.
I don't think he is, but yeah, I could see it.
You think he retires after this year?
I think so.
I think he
think
might.
it's-
He's been taking those 1-year deals. He's got traded a couple of times the last few years. I know
Because
he
they
wanted to
didn't
come
trade
back
him to get a cup.
I know,
Yeah.
but they didn't trade him again this season. I don't know if he comes back and tries to do a full season with I don't know that he wants to sign somewhere else outside of San Jose. He came back after he got bought out.
True.
I think now you're at a point in his career. He set this record. San Jose is not in a position they're going to win a cup. I think he wants to retire a San Jose Shark. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Maybe that's not the case, but I feel like that would be a place for him to retire.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
And I just think, like he just hasn't been as he's not a
He's not a
slouch
pro-
by any means,
but
but
he's
he's
also
also
not
not
Yeah.
really,
He's not a prolific goal scorer anymore. You know what I
anymore.
mean?
Yeah, he's not. I mean, he's doing what he can, but he's also doing that on a shit team, and it's like, how much more drive can you have?
He
But
also
now
skates
goes
very
sign
well still
somewhere
too.
else. Yeah, but now you have to be willing to either sign. I mean, realistically, if he wants to win a cup, he's going to have to muster up the energy to sign somewhere else, go play somewhere else for,
Or he just has fucking
Yeah.
Vegas sign him to a 1-year deal, man. It's close enough.
I
Yeah,
think by the way, Marlowe did get ice time for the OT, but he's already off. He could not score.
Mm.
Story of
They
my
tried.
life.
They tried. Hey, maybe he gets a shootout chance. Who knows?
Could not score.
I try. Lord knows I try.
But yes, congratulations to
I need to
Patrick
go
Marleau.
and get another beer.
Yeah, go for it. But congratulations to Patrick Marleau.
Yeah.
Again, I think we're all in agreement. Definite Hall of Famer, probably first ballot because of what he's been able to do.
Mhm.
Still, again, just like we said, it's not even just the games played. He's done enough point-wise.
Yeah, he was such a dangerous player, especially in his prime. Like,
Yeah.
really great player.
I agree. Now we'll move on to an interesting topic here. Buffalo is in such a very deserted area, and it was not looking promising. They traded away Taylor Hall. You've got Eichel out. Actually, that's not even on here because it happened like a week and a half ago. They shelved Eichel for the rest of the season. He has to have surgery.
Yeah.
And expected to be back for next season. Will it be in Buffalo? Who knows? We don't know yet. He's obviously been in rumor mill. But I've also heard, from some of the people that we know that are Buffalo fans, saying that, yes, Buffalo's done what they have recently, which we'll get into, without Eichel. But at the same time now, it's just a much more – maybe these people are just getting their cohesiveness back. Maybe Taylor Hall. I don't think Taylor Hall is a problem, but maybe Taylor Hall is the problem. Maybe he just has that stigma for that number one draft pick.
Exactly. That's what I think. He's cursed. He's blessed and cursed at the same time.
He's blessed and cursed. Maybe that is real. But I guess it comes down to, we'll see what happens with Eichel. But yes, he's out for the rest of the season, has to get surgery. But Buffalo recently has, I put surge in quotations because I wouldn't really call it an actual surge. It's it's not like what Colorado's done over the last several weeks, but
they went from
I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
But
they went from the longest losing streak in NHL history to then being a 500 team. So that's their surge. Is they're now back to a 500 team.
But that's
they're back to 500?
No.
Over the last
recent games.
Over the last couple of weeks, they've been a 500 team. So that's why I had surge in quotations. But for them, it is a surge because like you're talking about a team that has been bottom of the league pretty much all season. They had the longest losing streak in NHL history. And now you trade away Hall. You've got Eichel on, injured out the rest of the season. It's the team in flux. And now all of a sudden you got guys coming out and actually winning some games. I know over the last couple of weeks, I think they were four. I think they were 500. I think they were 4-4 over the last 2 weeks or something like that. But I think they have some points in a couple of those games too, like a couple of maybe OT losses.
Well, you can look to their young bucks and Casey Middlestat and Dylan Cousins, man. They're getting the playing time that I think that they deserve. And now that they're getting the playing time that they deserve, they're kind of taking it and running with it, man. So I'm not going to say this is a foregone conclusion or whatever, but with the way the team is playing without Eichel, now, you know what I mean? You can kind of think to you can kind of see the writing on the wall. Do we really need him? Should we package him for something that's going to make our team better? Because we're playing well without him.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't want to say point because it was. It is. It's an interesting point. It's one of those things that I also agree. I think the writing is on the wall because he has been on the block or in rumor mill for the last 2 seasons. And it seemed like they were going to go that direction. Then he got hurt and they decided not to, deal him, whatever it was, whichever came first. The deal didn't come around. Maybe that's an off-season deal. So maybe they are going to try to see what they can do before the draft, put together something like you said, get a package in return that, I don't know, will it make them get better? Maybe not, but maybe it helps them rebuild.
I think you can get a lot for Jack Eichel. So
I think you can too. I'm just saying, when I say make you better, I mean, are they going to make a deal that's going to make them better now? No, probably not. They might get some pieces back, but they'll probably be able to package them for something that gives them somebody they can slot into their, into their lines for the coming seasons, as well as some draft picks. It does make sense, but at the same time, I mean, there is the other side, the flip side of that. Again, we don't really. I've never really thought it was Eichel's fault either. I think he's been in a shit situation with Buffalo since he's been there.
100%.
He got injured Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Oh, wow, the team's playing a little bit better when he's not there, but I don't think it was necessarily his fault that they were playing bad. It was just
Oh, yeah.
Terrible coach, terrible
yeah.
the whole
asset management.
It was a
By the
whole
way-
perfect storm of bullshit, to be honest with you.
Short update: the Sharks did in fact lose, and all of the Vegas Golden Knights players were shaking the hand of Patrick Marleau, and all of the fans in San Jose are saluting him, or in Vegas that are San Jose fans are.
Were you
saluting
watching
him.
the overtime?
Yeah, I was watching the shootout. They lost the
Oh,
shootout.
okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing is it just comes down to, at this point, for me, I am in the same boat I think you are, Zach, is the writing is on the wall more so, not because of Eichel. I think now you're basically at a crossroads. You know now, over the last couple of seasons, this has been Buffalo's going to turn the corner. Buffalo's going to turn the corner. They're going to be a playoff team. They're getting better. They look better. Their roster's better. It didn't work 2 seasons ago. It didn't work in the shortened season last season. And then they signed Taylor Hall, and it absolutely did not work this season. At this point, it's going to what we talked about with Nashville before in the offseason. At this point, you need a culture change. They got rid of the coach. They got rid of most of the coaching staff.
Mhm.
Will the GM still have a job? Who knows? But at this point, you can't drag Eichel along, not just for his good, but for the organization's good. He still has value. At this point, you need to just take what you can and turn it into something to completely shift whatever you can with the organization and just speed up that rebuild or whatever you want to call it, because they have been rebuilding for so long. But you got to do something. You can't sit here and keep shitting on Eichel, and because at some point he's not going to have value. He's not going to
demand it. Yeah.
Well, he's either going to demand it, or if he doesn't demand it, you're going to have a guy that eventually he gets demotivated. He's not going to have the production, and he's not going to have the value to turn it into something that he is now. At this point, you should just throw in the chips. Just say, look, let's just see what we can get for Eichel in the offseason instead of a deadline deal, because that usually works out better for teams. I just think it makes too much sense right now to do that.
I know what it would cost the Kings, and I'm not privy to pay it.
No, and I'm not even
we don't
saying
need
for
Eichel.
the Kings to do it. But if we're thinking that for the Kings, there's other teams out there that can do it in the offseason and will pay that price and absolutely need him.
Yeah, agreed.
That could help their franchise. I mean, he could go somewhere. Do the Kings need him? No. Would we take him? Sure, but it depends on the cost. But in the offseason, the cost is usually higher because you're going to get multiple bidders.
I could see the cost being lower, actually, in the offseason. Off-season trades are usually lower, man, because
they're not.
There's no
rushed.
deadline to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no deadline.
There's no
to it.
desperation. Yeah.
That one's interesting though, because it just depends, I think, on the situation. Because, like I said, if you have multiple teams that are in on it, now it's who's going to give me the best offer.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it later on, but
I'm sure we will.
I think the Kings in the offseason look for a number one left-handed D-man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Tokarski.
but Tokarski. I know that's somebody you wanted to talk about, Scott.
Oh, yeah. So Dustin Tokarski, okay. I say he's been an absolute monster lately. By that, I mean he's been great by Dustin Tokarski standards.
Again, we're talking about a Buffalo Sabre here.
So, yeah, Buffalo
and
Sabres
a career
goalie Dustin
AHLer.
Tokarski.
Yes.
Yeah, career AHLer. I think he hasn't played a game since since starting with the Sabres recently. I think he hasn't played a game since 2016 or something.
Oh wow.
2016, 2017. But so in 6 games played as of this past month, he's 2-2-2, which isn't great, but he has a .926 save percentage and a 2.6 goals against average.
2-2-2. That means he's not getting help from the Sabres.
Exactly.
When you have a 926 and a what?
926 and a 926 and a 2.6. 2.6.
Okay.
Which
2.6.
I mean, It's not bad stats, especially considering the goaltender and
Plus first start
considering
of
the
the week,
team
didn't
he's on.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe. Yeah. So,
That's a weird first star of the week, but all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got.
It's
first
good
star of
stats
the
though.
week.
Yeah.
There must have not been any fucking games. I always mix up Dustin Tokarski with Jared Tenordia for whatever reason.
Oh,
Really
Mhm.
interesting.
other names.
No, I mean Tokarski, like he really hasn't been that bad. Like I've been watching games and he's saved them from a lot of goals. And he's kept them in games for a really long time, even if they end up losing those games eventually.
Well, I
Give
mean,
that
that's
chance,
the thing.
man.
When you think about this too, you're talking about not bad stats. You're talking about a guy. You said he has a 926 save percentage, but his goals against average is at 2.6. He's getting fucking
exactly.
He's getting pelted with fucking shots.
Oh yeah, you're looking at in 6 games he had 217 shots against.
Yikes!
So that's what, like in
that?
6 games.
Good lord,
That's
270.
I don't know math.
36 shots a game.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah,
getting lit up.
so he's getting pelted with shots. So yeah, that's
But he's
pretty
not
impressive.
giving up a shit ton of goals, though.
No.
No, not a shit ton. I was just saying, the 926 that's the telling point. When you have that high of a save percentage, but your goals against average is getting closer to 3, you're at the 2.5 mark, 2.6.
I think it's 206, isn't it? 2.0.
No, 2.
Oh, he's
No,
at
it's
2.6.
no, it's 0.92. Or sorry, yeah, 2.6. Sorry, it's 2.6. Yeah.
2.6. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's
that's-
getting towards 3, but like at the same
Still,
time he's
that
getting
many
absolutely
shots, that's
peppered.
what-
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, of course your goals against average is going to be up higher, but when you're saving almost,
You're saving
930,
90% of it. Yeah.
yeah,
33 shots a game.
93%, yeah, 93% of the shots almost. It's like fuck,
It totally makes sense.
yikes. Yeah, I feel
Fucking
bad for him.
Fucking Taylor Hall pots as many goals as he has all season for Buffalo in 3 games for Boston. Fucking asshole, dude.
2 goals in 37 games, I think it was, for Buffalo.
That guy is a piece of shit, and I hope he doesn't get a contract this offseason, dude.
Why? What did he do?
He forced fucking Buffalo's hand.
Oh,
And
he
made
did.
them-
He did
made
do that.
them
We
take
talked
Okay,
about that.
yeah,
Deal
true.
for that trade. What a
They
piece
did-
of shit.
Yeah, that is bad. But I mean, at the same time, like if things just don't work out in a certain team, like you don't want to
I
have
mean,
to
you have-
stick around that team.
You have to
Yeah,
think
but you
about
don't
that.
force their fucking hand like that. You can at least
True.
be
You
like,
do
right.
hold on. Okay? I see what you're saying, and I initially, well, not initially. I think I still agree with you, but at the same time, on the flip side, you're talking about a guy that signed a short deal with this team that was also sold on the fact that they were going to be good because of their upward trajectory the last couple of seasons and their outlook that people were projecting and the roster that they had, and it tanked bad. And at that point you're thinking, is this going to affect, maybe he's thinking, is this going to affect my contract situation going forward, because the team's not playing well, he's not playing well, his stats are tanking. And at that point, if you want to play somewhere, and I mean,
but if
it's
he
a
was
dick
that
move.
good, though, if he was that good, no matter how bad the team was, he'd have more than 2 goals in 37 games.
I
Very
agree
true.
with that.
Yeah,
I'm
very
not.
true.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that
Here's the
there
thing.
is a flip side to it, and
Yeah,
yes, as
well-
much as I agree, it's a dick move.
The flip side to your flip side is he could have been like Ryan Getzlaf and would have been like, yeah, I'll wait my no MC to go play here. Tweaker mobile going by. I'll waive my NMC to go play for whoever, but the return has to be good. Just like Ryan Getzlaf. Ryan Getzlaf did that for the Ducks.
Ryan
Yeah.
Getzlaf is a career
True.
Duck.
So Ryan
As
Getzlaf,
bad
Ryan
as it
Getzlaf
sounds,
is a stand-up guy, dude.
Taylor Hall has been there for a couple of months. He doesn't give a shit about the team,
That's the problem.
especially when they didn't help. They didn't help his case. He thought he was with the team.
That's been his problem his whole entire career. Is he doesn't give a shit.
I'm
about
not
the team.
disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is he hasn't been somewhere when you're looking and comparing him to a guy who's been a career at one place. Of course, you're going to care about the return. He wants to stay there. He wasn't forcing himself out. He was saying, if you can get a decent return for me, yeah, I'd like to go win. but he's been there for so long. He wants what's best for the organization. Taylor Hall doesn't care. As bad as it sounds and selfish as it is, if you go somewhere and you're staying there for a very short term, you could give a shit. At that point, you're trying to turn your 1-year deal into a long-term deal with lots of money.
I think
ahead,
what's messed up. I think we have to. It's something we'll never figure out, but I think we definitely have to look at what did Buffalo originally say to Taylor
That's
Hall.
what I'm saying. They probably
Like-
sold him like, we've been going up. Look at
Yeah.
our roster. That's how you pitch a free agent. You sell your team. You sell them. You're in a sales position at that point. And
if
they
there
sold
were
him.
situations,
It was a fraud sale.
Yeah, if there were situations where Buffalo promised the things and then fucked over Taylor Hall in that matter, then I could probably understand a lot more Taylor Hall being like, "No, you need to get rid of me. I don't care what kind of deal you get from it. I want out." I think it's
building
tough to say.
upon my Taylor Hall is a piece of shit argument here.
Mhm.
If he is so good, why is he not stuck on a single team? Why hasn't he had Ryan Getzlaff status on a team? You want to know why? Because he's a piece of shit.
I did not disagree, and I did not say that Taylor Hall is a stand-up person. I'm just saying there is a flip side to somebody that is signing a 1-year deal to a team hoping that he's going to turn that 1-year deal into a long-term rich contract.
I think based off of
There's a
what we
flip
know, Taylor Hall's a piece of shit.
Yes, exactly.
So like it's totally fair to say that because
And
I'm
he
not
wasn't
disagreeing
playing-
with you.
He wasn't
Yeah.
playing up to his contract at all by only scoring
No, he
2
wasn't.
goals in
No.
37 games.
No,
Two
it
goals
wasn't
in
like he was
37
holding up his end. Yeah, because I mean, you look at a player like Connor McDavid, player like
And plays
even
on a shit
without
team,
Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid could still put up numbers, even on a shit team like the Oilers.
Yeah.
Because the Oilers, I mean, besides like their new, somewhat good defense, it's
Fuck Taylor Hall. I hope he never gets a ring.
Fuck him. He probably won't.
Fuck him. Colorado, 9-1 in their last 10 games, but yet their fucking Sucios get all sick and can't play against the Kings. Fucking babies. I was
Yeah,
so
but they are
pissed.
fucking rolling, dude.
I was
it's
so
unfair.
pissed.
It's unfair at this point. It's like, goddamn.
Look-
Dude, they're rolling. They have the
All right.
highest point percentage in the league. They have the most points in the league, and they actually don't have the most games played either.
All right, but as much shit as I give the Canadian teams about being in the North Division, look at the division that Colorado's in, dude.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, look at
but-
the West Division. Like,
Well, Colorado is
Vegas-
in the Pacific too, but at the
You
same
gotta-
time, they were just as good last season. They're slightly better this season because they're a little bit more complete, I believe. But they were this good last season in even the season before, they were going this direction. They have been looking unstoppable. They're going here. Yeah.
True.
I mean, no, I know what you're saying, though. It's true. But at the same time, they were this good, last season, the half a season before that, and they were playing other teams, not just the Pacific Division.
See, I think the way that the playoffs are going to go, like with the way these divisions are lined up, I think it's going to put good teams at a disadvantage because they got used to being good against teams that aren't that great. Like take for example, like let's say Toronto or let's say Colorado or Vegas. Like you've been playing not good teams like all season, and
True.
now you're gonna get past this round and you're gonna play a team that's actually fucking really good. I mean,
Yeah,
look at,
but there's all the
look at
divisions that have a couple of those. Even the West Division, you have Colorado, you've got Vegas, you have
that's it.
St. Louis. I mean, is St. Louis still up there?
Hey, they're out of the playoffs currently, but you got insane defense in the Wilds right now. All I'm saying, 28 wins. All I'm saying, 28
But
wins. Minnesota.
And they
Wild.
play defense in the Pacific, even in the West Division. We have solid
again-
defense here.
But again, you play against like the Central Division where is that Central
or the East.
or the East where there's Carolina,
nothing.
Florida,
Yeah, it's nothing in
Carolina,
comparison.
Florida. Yeah, dude. Like I feel like even Florida, dude. Like Florida would fucking
Yes.
give Colorado a run for their money.
So I will, again, we like having flip sides here. I will give you
Flip
the flip
these
side.
nuts, bro.
I will give you the flip side of that. You have those teams in the East that are beating up on each other. Are they going to have the energy to face those top from the others? Because the other teams are having. That's always the catch-22. Is it going to be? They're going to be better prepared as far as talent level goes, but are those teams like Colorado, for example, even if we're not in this type of season and they were playing in a normal division against the rest of the league, Colorado would have still been towards the top of our picks to go to the Stanley Cup. They're a complete team. They're doing what they're supposed. They're not just beating teams in the Pacific. They're not sneaking by. They are obliterating teams most of the time.
Hold on. You want to hear a fucking freezing cold take right now on Patrick Marleau?
Oh, jeez. Yes.
Oh, no.
Who did it?
Rosie DiMano. I have no idea who she is.
Okay. I thought it was somebody we knew.
Milt Dunnell wrote 11,000 columns for the Star. I'll never catch him. But if I were to reach 10,099, I'd stop. There's much to admire about Patrick Marleau as a hockey player and as a human being. Not this. Respect.
What, it's like saying he should have given Gordie Howe the record?
Fuck off.
It's Gordie Howe. He doesn't need more recognition.
Yeah.
He's dead.
That's
honestly,
that's a fair point.
He
has a Gordie Howe hat trick. Like, he's already got
He's
recognition.
immortalized, you dumb idiot.
He is one of the most famous, legendary hockey players.
All right.
In history.
I only reserve this for rare occasions, and this is one of my favorite things to call people, but you dumb bitch. Shut up, dude. Shut your mouth.
It's true. Yeah, that's unfair. I hate when that does bug me, though. I hate when people try to discredit the things that some of these athletes do. It's the same thing. I don't want to sit here and dwell on it at the same time, and I don't want to get into a debate about another sport. But it's the same thing. We have this all the time with the NBA. It's oh, well, if this guy played in this era, or if this guy was against this guy, it's who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
you literally watched Michael Jordan. Okay, who cares if he's the greatest of all time? Who gives a shit? Who cares if you want to compare LeBron James? It's why?
If Ovechkin's gonna break Gretzky's goal record, is he just gonna stop and be like, Gretzky's the great one? I can't do that. I can't break his goal record. What?
It's so stupid. That's a stupid take. But at the same thing, it's why can't people just watch these athletes and just appreciate what they're doing? Because all you're doing is pissing. Everybody's always got to have their Cheerios pissed in. I get that. But you don't have to make it such a debate. Who gives a shit who's the greatest at this and the greatest at that? If they're great and you're watching them and they're fun to watch, or they're immortalized as the best player in this era, who gives a shit? Exactly. LeBron James, probably the best in this era. Who gives a fuck? Why do you have to compare him to Michael Jordan? Why do we have to compare this guy to this guy? Enjoy it. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be for our enjoyment. And whatever these guys are doing, if they're doing anything to put themselves into a debate with whoever thinks, they're better than they are, they're doing something right, and they're doing something that you should pay attention to and appreciate instead of shit all over it and find different ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna comment on her shit, and I'm gonna post that gift to shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, it's I don't want to sit here and talk about that the whole time. But it's it seems like that happens all the time, and it's dude, why do we have to compare Tom Brady and Joe Montana? Who cares? Yeah, Tom Brady is amazing. Watching what he's done is amazing. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, simply be better. Just be better, people. Thanks, Gio. Thanks, son.
Yeah, shout out to you.
But yes,
damn it,
it's true.
Damn it,
You couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. I want to post that
Colorado
so bad, dude.
Anyways,
shut your bitch ass up.
Shut your bitch ass up. Colorado. I mean,
They're good.
rolling, like you
They're
said.
pretty damn good.
They're being just as good as we thought they were going to be. They're rolling along.
Man.
They, again, have the highest point percentage. They have the most points in the league. Not as many games. Go ahead.
They're playing in the West Division.
Jesus. There he goes. I know you just got to get Berkey some shit, huh? That's what it is.
Yeah, Pitch Boy Berkey.
Pitch Boy Berkey. Gio's here. He'll probably echo that.
Pitch Boy ass Geo too.
But I mean, they are looking like it's going to be impressive. I don't think they're going to have a tough. I don't want to say a tough time. I think they'll be prepared enough and ready if they make it to the Stanley Cup to go against one of those teams that are in a more competitive division this season.
I just don't know if they have the goaltending. But with that being said, I totally agree that they are a phenomenal team. Joe Sakic did an awesome job building that team. Like, they are just lights out, man. The system that they play with, the players that they have, is just bar none better than anybody else right now in the Pacific Division.
That being said, they actually might not have the most points of the league now that the Knights won.
Oh, you're right. Because they have been impressive over the last several weeks.
They're fucking good, dude. They are.
Oh, they won tonight, right?
Yeah, they won tonight.
So they won tonight. So their win streak has now hit 7.
Damn.
Dude, Vegas is a matchup nightmare, dude. Because like any of their lines, a nightmare, yeah. Any of their lines can play against the top line of any team that's out there, dude, and not struggle.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem with facing them.
And not only that, I mean, you got great goaltending in Lehner and Fleury, so you have like two amazing goaltenders right there. And then
well defensively,
honestly, their offense is both tough and will score on you like it's nothing.
They're big.
They're big, and they play a 200-foot game.
They're big, dude.
So their win
big.
Yeah, their win streak is now at 7 games. 8-1 over the last 2 weeks now.
The only problem that they have, only problem that Vegas has, is their coach. Pete DeBoer is, number one, a grade A loser, and number two, he doesn't know how to finish. He can get his team.
Oh, so true.
At San Jose.
Yep, he can get his team pumped up to fucking get him to 3 games. But anything after that,
Granted,
reverse sweep, maybe.
I think that's just the Sharks coach, honestly. That's just the Sharks curse, sorry.
I hope so. I mean, for Vegas' sake, but like
I hope so for our sake. We have Todd McClellan.
Oh, I love T-Mac, bro. I love him. We'll get into that with Kings Talk. But like, Pete DeBoer is just known for being able to get the team up and away, get them going, but then finishing something off, not very good.
Yeah, didn't he coach somewhere else?
From the Sharks, he came from. Where did he come from?
He coached the Devils.
He did. Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
right. He coached the Devils and
the Panthers.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, he's got a great track record.
Well, again, man, he got his team to the Stanley Cup Finals, and then the Kings just fucking rolled over them in the SCF, bro. So I mean, I hope for Vegas' sake that they can find it amongst themselves. I think they have a great captain in Mark Stone.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, this bleeds over into our next topic, but I mean, Mark Stone is a fucking awesome player. So I think that he and his leadership skills will be able to push them ahead of any sort of Pete DeBoer curse.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great series, man. We all know, dude. Unless Minnesota can pull something out of their ass, we all know that the West final is going to be fucking Vegas and Colorado.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Which, by the way, was DeBoer and McClellan on that reverse sweep roster together?
No, it was T-Mac.
It was McClellan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
McClellan has a pretty impressive track record himself, man. I don't want to hold the reverse sweep against him.
No. That team just collapsed, to be honest with you.
He was on a great Red Wings team, so as assistant coach, but still.
Yeah, it's still fair.
And a dying Oilers team, which
yeah,
not fair.
No,
the surprising point over the last couple of weeks, though, is the most goals scored before, not including tonight. Vegas was tied with the New York Rangers, who all of a sudden are surging, I think they're 6-1-1 in their
They're
last 7 games.
so good right now.
They had 34 goals scored in their 7 games. And Vegas, they both had the same amount of games played.
I am
think it was
genuinely debating right
4.25
now.
goals per game.
The Rangers have such low odds to win the division. I'm kind of want to bet, like, just put $20 on them to win the division just in case. Because I mean, they're doing really good right now, and Zibanejad is on fucking fire.
So here's my problem with the Rangers, right? Like, on paper, they're a decent team, right? I just think right now, all of their streaky guys, because they have a lot of streaky guys, they've all gotten extremely hot. Now, granted, you want that going into the playoffs, right? Fantastic. I agree. But their veteran leadership core is what? Fucking Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad? All the rest are young bucks, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think they have the pedigree to fucking pull it off in the end.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that.
And you're talking about young goaltending too.
Yep, Igor Shesterkin and Alexander.
Oh, they got Chris Kreider. Okay, Chris Kreider.
He's what, 25, 26?
Jacob Trouba. Yeah,
they're both losers.
They're both losers.
All right.
Yeah,
Remember going into the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs, or going into the Stanley Cup final with the Kings and Rangers, and that whole entire Stanley Cup playoffs, Chris Kreider was taking goalies out left and right.
Oh yeah, he's famous for for him and Carey Price. He's done it like 3 times now.
Nope. Asshole. He looks like an asshole.
Ryan Strome, if you want to consider him a veteran, he's 27. I don't know.
Who?
He's been around. Ryan Strome.
Hey, he's got 44 points in 45 games.
Who?
44 points in 45 games, Ryan
Who the
Strome.
fuck is Ryan Strome?
I don't know.
All right,
He's a player for the New York Rangers.
I gotta lay this out here, dude. I gotta lay this out here. The worst facial hair in the NHL right now is Alexi Lafreniere, dude. What is he doing, bro?
What do you mean? Let me see. What's going on here?
What? You haven't seen it?
Okay. No, that's not it.
That's not it. I did not see it. You have it, Scott?
Zach, are you able to share screens?
Yep, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I need to see this. It's bad.
It's not it.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Send it to me, Scott.
Is it as bad as his Calder Trophy chances?
Are we talking about goatee or his a little more? He has a little bit fuller of a beard. His goatee. It reminds me of like early 2000s days.
Send me the link and I'll share my screen.
Okay, here, let me see it.
Zach, is his beard as bad as his Calder Trophy chances?
That's worse.
Oh, oof.
I put it in the private chat.
It's worse.
That's a big yikes.
It is a lot worse. Where is this?
Can you see the picture? It should be at the start. Yeah, private chat. It should be right at the start. This picture.
I see him baby face. Is it the video?
No, it's not the video. There's like a thumbnail with it.
Let me see. I'm gonna try it.
Try it. I don't know.
The thumbnail? Hold on.
It should be the thumbnail. Here, let me see if I can share screens.
He looks so fucking weird, dude. Like, it just looks unnatural.
It looks unnatural.
It does. It looks mad unnatural.
You
Share
really
your screen,
do.
Scott. Share your fucking screen.
Yeah. Let me pull up my screen. Hold up.
Yeah.
Pull up StreamYard.
I hate it. Every time that I see it, I just want to fucking punch him in his mouth.
Here you go. I got my screen up. Hold up. Right. That's the notes. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it. Now it's gone.
Yeah.
There it is.
What you do?
Alexi Lafreniere. Right here.
Oh, that one.
Just
Yeah.
that weird.
This face. Oh, this is with. Yeah. This is him right now.
He's got like a long, weird goatee because he doesn't grow facial hair up on his cheeks. He's got this weird.
He does it. Yeah. He's got like
goatee.
the bit of neck beard right here going on.
He's a neck
Gross.
beard.
It's gross, dude. It's just.
I just like try to grow a mustache a little bit. Like,
He like shaves that and just let it
All,
grow here.
he's all chin, bro. It's all chin hair, and I hate it. Fucking.
You know
hate
what? I will say, very punchable face.
it. Yep.
Very
He has-
punchable face.
He has that "my dad is a lawyer" type of face.
Yeah.
Coming
Don't
from
worry, my
the
dad's got this.
coming from the resident fucking facial hair expert here. Okay.
You know what this reminds me of? This almost reminds me of like a Sedin brother right here.
Ooh,
Yeah, he
it
does look like a
does.
Sedin, huh? They
Yeah,
didn't
that's
have
what it
very good
was.
facial hair either.
That's
dude.
why it's a punchable face, huh?
I like
Alright.
the Sedins.
Oh yeah,
do
they're
too.
great, but
They're awesome people.
still punchable faces.
I really want to tell this
They
chick
look-
to shut your bitch ass up.
Shut your bitch ass up. So we didn't have a bunch of notes about the Florida Panthers tonight, but we did have one, a big one. Joe Quenneville has said in an interview today.
Hold on. Before you do that,
Yes,
should I post the rock gif where he's saying "Shut up, bitch"?
yes. That's the best one.
People are gonna call me misogynistic, but whatever.
Who cares? It's Twitter. They're gonna call you that anyways. You could have said, something nice to her, and they probably would have told you were misogynistic and wanted her vagina or something.
Vagina.
Vagina.
Shout out to
but yeah,
Twitter.
so-
I love and hate
this-
it.
yeah, same. But yeah, so we did have a big Panthers note coming straight from the coach's mouth today in an interview. There's a really good chance that Spencer Knight makes his debut tomorrow against Columbus. Spencer Knight.
That's so exciting.
Hero.
I'm
Dude,
hyped.
how rock hard do you think RGM is? I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, we need to know how rock hard are you that Spencer Knight is probably going to start. I mean, as soon as he signed his ELC, he was happy. As soon as they threw him on the taxi squad, he was like, bye to what's his name? Who the fuck was playing? He already hates Bob. Why can't I think of his name? Dredger.
Chris Drieger.
Drager. I don't fucking know.
Mm.
But Spencer Knight, absolute monster. I hope he does really well. He was insane in the WJC. He's got a promising career.
He's got a really good flow.
He does.
True.
And I know RGM. Hopefully he sees this right now because we need to know how rock hard he is during this wonderful Panther segment before we move on to the Kings. But yeah, so I mean, Spencer Knight, hopefully it goes well. I mean, it's still a professional hockey team, but he'll get to make his debut against Columbus, who is not doing well. They're not having a great season. So hopefully that'll give him some confidence. You want that early in especially
Here
a
we go.
goalie's career.
We got typing.
Oh, we do? Let's go.
Mason
Need to
Marchman
know.
fan.
Oh, yes. RGM. Oh, he is typing. We need to know if the show. Oh, he's got it pulled up. Here we go.
For your Florida Panthers weekly, everybody.
Reporting in. Mason Marchment fan. Before it was cool, is what he said.
Now we can tell RGM that he's been on the show.
One day he will come on. He did say one day he's going to ask his wife to watch the babies so he can come on and join us.
Hey.
If you have not joined our Discord, go ahead and come on and hit us up and we can send you the link.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a link on the Twitch about. I'm pretty sure. I don't know
Should
if it's
be.
an updated link. I'll try to update it as soon as
I
possible.
just
but-
posted it in our Twitch chat, anyways. But if
Perfect.
you haven't joined, let's go.
Oh.
Here we go. Not at all. Doesn't make sense. Dredger has been better than Bob. We are fighting for first place with Carolina coming up. This will mean Dredger will have 10 days off before his game on Saturday if he even plays then. If Bob wins both, it could be 2 weeks before Dredger gets the net. So we are icing our best goalie for zero reason at all. That's a solid take.
He's always got solid takes.
That is a
So-
solid take.
He is flaccid for those that are listening
And for those of you
or
who are
smooth
interested,
brains and need interpretations. he is flaccid. He is not rock hard.
Yeah.
But it
Unfortunate.
is exciting for Spencer Knight. It is exciting for the Panthers. But I see exactly what he's talking about. That does not make sense because, yes, Dredger has been really good. The team has been really good. Everything is working. And if Bob, like he said, if Bob can get some wins and get some confidence.
So why fuck with it?
Yeah, why fuck with it? Why burn? I don't know. Does that burn off Knight's? It won't burn. He has to play a certain amount of games before it burns, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. Each game will burn a game off of his the 8-game or 8-game slide rule.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he probably won't hit it, but yeah, like you said, I mean, it'll eat into it if they want to do that next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unless they're planning on having him up, I don't know.
And that's a
Which is
lot
a
of money they
possibility.
spent on a goaltender for no reason.
True.
Fair take. Thanks, G, for the input. You'll see it later. But yeah, on to our key segment.
I gotta head out. People be sleeping over
What?
here. Yeah, I don't want to make too much noise. It is 10:30. People are sleeping. They got work tomorrow. Don't want to
Ooh.
disturb them. But I will actually point out, since I actually have a beer that I'm drinking for once, we'll point out the beer that I'm drinking.
Oh,
I
please
am
do.
drinking the High Water Brewing Campfire Stout. You can't see it because shout out to Ringlight for fucking me up. But the Campfire Stout.
Nice.
Pretty fucking delicious. Not gonna lie.
It is.
I
good.
still got this much left that I gotta drink somehow.
You taste
Somehow.
the marshmallows in it.
That doesn't make
Taste the
noise.
marshmallow? I don't taste the marshmallows too much in it, to be honest with you.
So
But
has
it does
anybody
have.
Has anybody ever talked to you about drinking stouts, like the proper way to do it?
No, how do you drink stouts?
So with stouts, so like IPAs, right? Like you take IPAs in your mouth, you kind of let it sit in your mouth, and you get the taste of the hops and everything in your mouth, right?
Okay.
With stouts, you drink it and just pass it right over your tongue as fast
Immediately.
as possible.
It's almost like a wine where it's like you're not trying to like have it sit that long in your mouth.
No. So the taste that you get on your tongue afterwards is the taste like for example,
They want you to
Campfire
have-
Stout, it's supposed to be like graham crackers,
It's
marshmallows.
supposed to be like
whatever,
having
right?
a s'mores on the camp. That's the campfire.
Right. So you just let it fly past your tongue. Now that aftertaste you get, what do you get?
I see the graham cracker.
Right.
I still don't see the marshmallow.
Marshmallow is hard to pull off.
Yep. It
But yeah,
is.
that's how you get the taste of stouts.
Mm-hmm.
Is you let it. Stouts are all about the aftertaste. It's not about what the actual beer tastes like in your mouth, because the beer
Okay.
isn't going to taste like that in your mouth. Once it flies past your taste buds and it has a second to like settle, that's when you're like, oh shit, I fucking taste the peanuts, or I taste this, I taste that.
Yeah.
It's
One of
really
the-
good though. I like it.
One of the best stout, dude. If you're digging stouts, when you get your second COVID vaccine, let's go to Modern Times, dude. I'm gonna blow your fucking mind, bro. I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna mind.
I'm very
fuck
down.
You. I'm gonna mind fuck you without a condom, and then I'm gonna blow your mind.
You buying dinner first though? At least.
You have to buy food there, and it's all vegan.
Hey, see, I'm down. I'm fine with vegan food. I
Oh,
like
it's
it.
gross. I don't like it. I've been there. I've been there a couple times since pandemic, and I just don't dig vegan food. Like coconut cheese is gross, bro.
No, okay. Cheese alternatives, it's not there yet for sure.
Don't touch my cheese, you asshole.
Cheese alternatives are not there yet, but like I don't know, meat alternatives. You know, I could do with some chickpeas, some black beans. And
I mean, I'm down with that too, though. But like the way that they pulled it off with the coconut cheese, no.
nah,
Ass.
cheese alternatives. Nah.
Hard pass. Don't
Negative.
touch my cheese, asshole.
Give me a moan skill then, Scott. If you got to dip out,
I can't. People are sleeping.
quietly. Alrighty, Scott. You have a
All
great
right.
night, man.
All right,
Later,
see you
guys.
guys.
Yep. Well, we'll see you before then, but yeah, next week.
All right. So on
Kings.
to the bullshit that is the
No,
Los
Kings.
Angeles Kings.
The bullshit that is the Kings. Fair point.
All I can think of is that meme, that video that circulated years back, where it's like, "We are who they thought we were." Like that's all I can think of, dude. Like all these Kings fans who are getting upset and stuff like that. It's like,
Oh,
bruh,
that's yeah.
bruh, we knew this was going to happen. We knew the team wasn't going to be good. Sure, of course the coaching staff is going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to try and push for the playoffs, and I would be okay with coming in fourth and fucking getting into the playoffs. Get these.
That's what we talked about all season. We said the same thing, but for you to get down and disappointed about it, that's when I draw the line, because we talked about this before. We said it from the beginning. It's unrealistic. We said the only reason they would scratch across potentially the 4th seed, which, yes, I did pick them into the playoffs, and I think most of us did, if not half. Yeah. We thought they were going to scratch in because there was not a clear 4th team that was better than the Kings. Yeah. We thought that their young talent would at least get them there, which maybe they scratched something together the last couple of weeks. We shall see. Maybe. But yeah, for you to be upset, for you to shit on, I've seen people shitting on Rob Blake and
Todd McClellan.
And McClellan. And it's like,
fuck out of here, bro.
That's when I'm just like, shut your bitch ass up.
They don't understand, man. That's what it is, bro.
Every year they don't understand. Win. We are in a rebuild. We're at the end of the rebuild. We're trying to get together those numbers. We're trying to get those young players in. We're trying to get them experience. We're trying to get them ready to compete in the coming seasons. Just because there was a potential chance that we can scratch into a 4th spot and get some playoff experience this year does not make it a failure if we do not.
No, because I mean, I'm happy with the progress that we've had, dude. Personally, I mean, the some of the kids have shown up and played. I mean, Trevor Moore has been fucking awesome. Love the way that he's played, and I feel like he's a fixture on the Kings' 3rd and 4th lines going forward. He's a great penalty killer. He adds a little bit of a scoring touch. He just plays well. Jared Anderson-Dolan is ready to take that next step. He is there. He got a taste of what the NHL is like this season. He's gonna go into the off season fucking prepared to like know what he needs to work on. And he's gonna come back very good next season. Gabe Vilardi got a taste of what it's like. Mm-hmm. Granted, he hasn't been the greatest, and I'm kind of upset about that, but he's only 21 years old. He's going to learn.
And it goes back to the team. When the team was playing well, he was excellent. I mean, he's not ready to shoulder the burden, and he was not in that position anyway that he needed to, but he showed flashes. 1, he stayed healthy, and 2, he showed flashes of what he can be.
Exactly. Next season, he's going to come back a fucking monster, which, as a, I don't want to call myself like a true hockey fan, because I mean, like, I'm jaded by specific shit as well. But like, dude, this season, like, I went in not being excited about the Kings possibly making the playoffs. I was excited to watch the kids' growth, man. Yeah. Mikey Anderson has taken the next step and then some, bro. He leads all rookies in ice time right now. Yeah. And nobody's all they want to think about is fuck Rob Blake, fuck Todd McClellan. But you look at some of these kids that are playing fucking lights out because of the GM and the
because they're believed in. You want to sit here and people. It's the same people. I'll tell you right now. The same people that are shitting on Todd McClellan and Rob Blake right now are the same people that blew that headline up when Todd McClellan said we're done with a rebuild and made it into something that it wasn't. When he said we were done with the rebuild, as we addressed before, he said there's no more, we're trying to, winning isn't important and we're trying to get draft. I know people don't usually say that, but that wasn't the direction. We've got the guys in the pipeline. Now we're done with rebuilding. Now we're ready for the young kids to play, to get experience, what we said before. Those same people are now the ones that are like, oh, wow, we got a taste of what these kids can do. And now we're Stanley Cup champions. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. You work up, you build up, you get to the point. These kids are getting very valuable minutes. It's the same thing. Like, we'll move on. I mean, not move on because we're in the Kings talk. All this stuff is interrelated. Things that we said. There is now, talk about Byfield's going to play 2 more games in the AHL and is going to come up to the NHL roster to get some games. That is a rumor that's out there.
Why not, man?
Why not? Get him some experience now.
Yep. Because he's been fucking playing real and fuck all these kids that said Busfield, bro. He's been playing really fucking well down there.
He's been getting
what,
experience and professional level because he went so long without playing because of all the COVID stuff. Now they basically said that's what's out there. Byfield is going to play. Well, I don't know if they play today, but whatever it was, when I saw the quote yesterday or the day before, he was playing 2 more games in the AHL, and then he was going to come up to get some experience on the NHL squad. That's what we need right now. This is not a team that says, I was never, even when I said they're going to squeak into the 4th seed,
I didn't.
It was going to be an early exit. And all I cared about was if they did squeak in, it would be great for the young kids to experience the playoffs at such a young age, because that experience is
invaluable.
Yes, it's invaluable. It's exactly what teams, when you look at even veteran teams, that's what a lot of people look at. Oh, have those guys been here in the playoffs before? Have they experienced the heartbreak? Have they experienced this?
Look at what we're saying about like the New York Rangers, right? Like with the New York Rangers, what I was saying, like, you know, like outside of like Artemi Panarin and Mika Zibanejad, Kreider, who is their veteran leadership core that's going to fucking like dig them through the trenches that is the playoffs? And it's like, I don't think that those 3 have the battle heartedness that needs to be there. You get these kids, like you get a Mikey Anderson, a Quentin Byfield, Gabe Vilardi, fucking Trevor Moore, kids like that. You get them experience in the playoffs now at such a young age. Dude, by the time they're 23, 24.
With no expectations either.
Yeah, and you tell them, look, man, just
goes a long way.
Go play and have fun. Like we don't
you don't say that, but yes, everybody knows it's in the back of the mind.
Yeah,
we're going to compete. We're going to play our hearts out, but at the same time, the expectation here isn't, you know,
you're not going to win the cup. Yeah,
exactly.
But go have fun and see.
Go have fun. Play your hardest. Do what you need to do. Play your game. All of that good stuff. That would be invaluable. So, but that's the thing is, even if that does not happen this season, it doesn't matter. The goal of this season, regardless, was to get the young kids to play, to see what they have, who's going to fit where for the coming seasons. Because like you said, we have that cap space. That cap space is not going to be sitting around forever. We have cap space that we're going to do stuff with. We are going to try to bring in pieces that fit based on the minutes that these guys got and where we think and management thinks that they are going to fit in the coming seasons. Now you have more of a picture on where those guys fit and who you need to bring in and what makes the most sense for the organizations going forward. And that's huge.
Like I had alluded to earlier in the podcast, like if the Kings bring in a number 1 left-handed defenseman, you could slot Mikey Anderson down to go play with Matt Roy. That's your shutdown pair. Because I mean, both of them are fucking amazing defensemen. Both of those kids have turned out to be studs, dude. And third pairing, you can run a Kel Clegg and fucking, or even like a Toby Bjornfoot and Sean Walker, and that third pair is excellent too. You know, the Kings have so many good things to like look forward to, and the fans that are jumping ship already or like calling for, you know, the crucifixion of Todd McClellan and Rob Blake just don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It makes zero sense to me, and I agree. But that's the thing is, yes, it's always nice, and the goal is, like I said, I expected that we would be able to slide in there, but if it doesn't come true, it's not something that I'm sitting here thinking, wow, what a disappointing season. It really sucks. No, that is not what's going on. You should be happy with what you've been able to see from some of these guys. And again, it goes back to what we've said multiple times over the last several months. Some of those players that either showed flashes of awesomeness, either are they going to fit with the Kings or are they not? And if they don't, now the Kings know what they have and they can turn those assets into something else.
Exactly.
And they're not going to be mostly going for draft picks. They're going to be going for players that fit into the future of the organization.
I like what I believe tomorrow when the Kings play, they're going to be playing more Velarde and Kempe together. And Kempe was quoted today saying, like, Velarde has unreal hands and unreal vision for the game. Like, I think he just needs that confidence boost from his teammates. But I mean, like, a lot of people seem to forget, like, Homeboy's only 21 years old, dude, and he's had a rough stretch of some games and stuff like that, and I'm not going to sit here and fault him for it because it's not his fault. It's not. He's young, he's growing, he's gonna get used to the game, man, and he needs. Velarde plays a specific type of game. He's a big body. He protects the puck. He's really good with his hands and stuff like that. But he's a facilitator, man. He's looking to get the people puck. And if he doesn't have people on his line that's going to finish the puck, like finish it or even get open, he's not going to succeed. So when you play him with the likes of like Austin Wagner and whoever the fuck else he was playing with, like, it's not going to work, man. He needs to be with somebody like Adrian Kempe that can skate up the ice and drive the play, or Trevor Moore that can go into the corners and get the puck and get it to Gabe Velarde to dish that pass out, So I expect a better game from him tomorrow for sure.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I think we have lots to look forward to. I mean, that was the big thing. I don't want to go through all that. Won't go through all that. It was a disappointing couple of weeks after, we had already a couple of down weeks. So that's why we're saying, now we're just kind of planning for what we thought is we're probably not going to be a playoff team. If they put something together the last couple of weeks, great. Or the last month, whatever it is. Awesome. More power to them. That means the kids are getting their heads on right, and they're getting again, even if they don't like run and go to the playoffs, if they get some, if they play well down the stretch and at least
go on a run
and compete for a 4th spot, that's still invaluable because now you're positioning yourself in a playoff run, which is still just like, having that driver's seat. You're competing there, and that's all invaluable going forward.
And that's
what you're looking for.
I agree. I honestly, man, like all the Byfield haters, dude. He was on a 10-game point streak down in the fucking AHL. Like, the kid is ready, man. And all these doubters and haters that we're talking about him, man, he's gonna fucking prove you guys. I want to say it's gonna I'm gonna bite myself in the ass, and I'm okay with doing this because that's what we do, going on a podcast and putting ourselves out there. Byfield will get his first NHL goal before Alexi Lafreniere did. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too. I think he's going to be a much better player. I think he's going to be exactly what we thought. I don't think he's going to be the bust that people are talking about because he's not playing in the NHL. Great. Good for him.
He got some valuable fucking experience down in the AHL, just like fucking Alexi Lafreniere should have. But no, let's throw him right in. Throw him right to the Wolves. On the fucking third line.
Let him grow an ugly beard.
Yeah, let him grow an ugly fucking beard. That's good for you guys. But Byfield went down to the A, got some really good experience, fucking went on a 10-game point streak, was fucking potting goals and fucking dishing out assists left and right. So I fully expect him to come into the NHL.
And again, it's not even. I'll even piggyback off that a little bit further. It has to do with the organization. Maybe that made the most sense for New York. Maybe because they thought they were in a much different position. Yeah. Because we did talk about them maybe taking the next step. They had been trending up the last couple of seasons.
Yep.
Maybe they thought that that was the best thing to do. For the Kings, we're in a different situation. We wanted to see. They basically, you can't say no what they're going to get from Byfield because you never know drafting somebody, but they have a much better idea on what they're expecting from Byfield than they probably did with some of the kids that were already in the organization needing playing time to show something off. And I think that's more important for the organization, and that was the direction they wanted. They wanted Byfield to get professional experience. That's basically it. And he can get 100%. That in the A. And they wanted to see what these other kids that had been in the A.
How many call-ups? Do you know how many call-ups the Kings have left?
I don't.
I think it's 1 or 2, man.
I don't think they have very many. Yeah.
I think hopefully if it's 2, if it's still 2, I really hope that Sammy Fagemo and Quentin Byfield get the call up, man.
Yeah,
because I think Samuel Fagemo is going to be an awesome addition on the wing.
I think so too.
Kid can score goals, man.
Yeah, he's going to be fun to watch too. But
All I know is this, Kings fans. All I know is this. These next few seasons are going to be fucking exciting. And I don't want to say that because, we're going to be making the playoffs and making Stanley Cup runs. That's not what I'm saying. Watch these kids develop. Watch them mature before your eyes. To me, that's more exciting than watching teams go on like long runs and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, watching a team go on a long run for a Stanley Cup final and getting a cup and stuff like that, that is fucking exciting. But watching these kids grow before your eyes and become fucking monsters, to me, is even more exciting.
Yeah, because all that is going to mean is that once they become those monsters that are developing before your eyes, that's going to move towards those long cup runs of those same kids that you're watching develop before your eyes. 100%. So it's a process, and that's what you have to remember, Kings fans.
100%.
It's a process.
So what were you drinking this week, Daniel?
Ooh, so there's this, I don't want to say new brewery, but a brewery I barely got the last couple of weeks called Lead Dog. They are out of Nevada, Sparks, Nevada. But I did this week, I had the cookies and cream stout.
Whoo!
I got a little generic Oreo on there. It says Lead Dog. Man, it definitely, you explained to Scott how to drink a stout. Obviously, I've been having stouts for a little bit longer. So I knew that. It definitely tastes similar to an Oreo. It's not as chocolatey, which is nice, especially in, you think of a stout, and the first thing, especially cookies and cream, you're probably thinking really heavy.
Yeah.
It wasn't as heavy as you might think, actually. It was a very, very good dessert. I mean, I would still qualify it as probably a nice dessert beer to have. But it wasn't overly heavy. Like, I did not feel bloated or, like I just ate a piece of cake or like pounded a whole row of Oreos.
Yeah.
It was just like I had a couple. Really good, 7.2%. So, nothing crazy, but very good. I've liked pretty much everything I've had from them. I had a couple of IPAs. I think I had a sour from them as well. Oh, I think they were the Savage Sour, that one, the cherry lime sour I had last week.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had a lot of really good beers that I've had recently. They started coming in the last couple of weeks. I will rate this on our wonderful Moan scale. I got new neighbors too, so I wonder if one day they're going to hear me.
All right, so on Friday is when
that was an 8.5, by the way.
When I do my drinking is typically on Fridays. I go down to my local bottle shop and I start looking at beers. And homeboy that's down there, shout out to the Trading Post. The dude is always there when I go there. He always talks to me about beer, all that good stuff. He pointed out this brewery called Equilibrium to me. I'd never had them before. Equilibrium is out of Middletown, New York. Let me tell you something, man. They're essentially the Monkish. If you don't know Monkish, Monkish is the hazy IPA king of Southern California. They're the Monkish of Middletown, New York, of New York.
New York.
They made the best hazy IPAs I've ever had in my life, dude. These were fucking amazing. So, number one is Solar Fluctuation from Equilibrium.
Ooh.
It's a double hazy, and it's a hazy double India double IPA.
Yep.
We're sitting at about 8.5 on that.
Nice.
Second beer, I had another one from them. It was a green can. Can't remember what it was called, but that one was bomb too. And then I also had the mashup they did with Evil Twin. If you're not familiar with Evil Twin is the twin brother of it's the McKellar brothers. So McKellar brothers made McKellar in Denmark, and then they moved over here, and then they split. Evil Twin is the other brother of the McKellar franchise. So this was a hazy triple IPA. Even more unbalanced, batch 3. That one was pretty good, but what I'm going to rate today is the Equilibrium. Honestly, man, hazy IPAs can get tired and boring.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
but this was just so crisp and so refreshing, and it was something that I hadn't had in a hazy IPA in a while, that I had to go back and buy more so I could have it for the show. It was just awesome, man. Like, I have nothing else to say about it. So on the Moan scale, I'm gonna give it a chew puppy, chew puppy, chew puppy, chew puppy, chew puppy. I'm gonna give it a 10, man. I'm gonna give it a fucking 10.
I like that.
It was
Nice.
fucking awesome. If you can and you're out and you see Equilibrium Solar Fluctuation, that's this one. There's also a green can. Can't remember exactly what it was called, but that one was awesome. The triple IPA, the one with the Evil Twin, it was okay. I would prefer the double IPAs. They just tasted better. But yeah, I would, in a heartbeat, when I see it, I'm gonna buy it.
No, that's awesome. I mean, the funny thing is because we talked about this within the last week, I think. I told you I had one of those hazies that we don't like.
Yep.
And I was trying to explain to my wife, because she's not a beer person really, like the difference between the hazies.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I don't like this hazy, but then I ended up having another hazy like later that day, and I was like, fuck, this one is good. And I was trying to explain the difference, and she just was not catching it.
So like the only way I can explain it is like this, right? Like, so like when you think of like West Coast IPAs, you think of like real floral, real bitter, but they're also very crisp and they're very clear, very clean when you drink it, right? Like you don't have a lot of, like, it doesn't, like your palate doesn't feel oversaturated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hazy IPAs that are out there that oversaturate your palate with different flavors, maybe different hops, or just like the texture of the actual beer itself is just not on point. But dude, this beer, I poured it in the glass and it was hazy as shit, but the texture going down was just so smooth and so crisp. But I was just like, damn, dude, this is a lot different than anything I've had in a while. So I mean, 10 out of 10, dude. Anytime I see it, awesome. I'm buying it.
Yeah, I know I've heard of Equilibrium. I don't recall if I've tried it. I will look it up now just because I feel like I might have had them once or twice, because I do remember talking about Equilibrium with Andy, who's the guy that runs the liquor store I go to.
If you see
he's always said he is like, or that how sought after Equilibrium is.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll definitely have to find out or see if he's going to get it in anytime soon.
If you see it, buy it for sure.
I will do that. But we just have us two wrapping it up. So
you know what they say, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't yet, follow us on all the social medias and stuff like that. You can find us on Twitter in the Neutral Zone, Instagram at itnz.hockey, and then also in the Neutral Zone Hockey Podcast on YouTube. We are also on Twitch. We're never going to ask you guys to follow or subscribe. If you do, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Any of the money that we ever get from Twitch or any of those things are going to go directly back into stuff that we can create for you guys. Yeah. I'm not trying to make money off of this. I have my own gig that I do every single day. I have a job, and I love my life as it is, and I'm not trying to make money off of this, man. I'm just trying to create content, and this is how we all feel. We're all just trying to create content that you guys enjoy, that we wish you guys would get more involved with us, asking more questions and stuff. I mean, it's not too hard to ask. You can find me and Daniel on the media show for Neutral Zone Hockey League on Wednesday. Yep. We will be back for that. Can't promise if I'll go shirtless or not. Don't know. And then also you can find
tune in to find out.
You can also find me, Alex, and Dave on the Dungeons and Dummies podcast on Sundays. And there are rumblings that there's going to be a Zach and Dave Make a Podcast episode coming up soon. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I mean, especially because things are opening, the vaccines, all that good stuff. So, yeah, man. Nice. You know how we always end the show. With that being said.